Reese, are you wearing pants today?
I think so. I haven't really looked down that far yet.
He doesn't look down until 2 p.m.
No. I just look ahead just boldly into the future. I don't need to know where I'm wearing below the waist. That's the past.
On your way out the door every morning, your imaginary wife is like, Reese, pants. I'm like, right, of course, that thing.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
You should see my doorbell camera. Anyway,
I really don't want to at all.
We're talking about a crazy thing that's going on in Nova Scotia right now. I don't know if you've noticed or not, Jesse.
I have.
Have you paid any attention?
Stay out
you
of
have.
the
Okay, cool.
woods. My friend
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Poster.
So...
All right. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, this is like Juicy Bits.
Kind of.
It's a Juicy Bit.
I guess.
It's a Juicy Bit.
It's not a Juicy Bit. It's a real episode.
Yeah, it's
a real episode.
All right. Well,
play the music.
Play the regular, normal episode music, I guess.
What makes Canada boring?
Have you ever seen the flag? It's a leaf.
£1 million to go to Canada.
Canada is boring.
I was actually shocked. I mean, from all the countries they could choose from.
Do you like maple syrup?
No, I don't. These Canadians ain't got a care in the world.
Get my country's name out of your fucking mouth.
I was like, oh, he's in Canada. All right. Okay, communist.
The country needs you. I'm Canadian.
But don't feel bad for Canada. Believe me, this is their strategy.
I'll tell you another thing. Their beer sucks.
Don't run off to Canada. It's so boring there.
Hello and welcome to Canada's Border. My name is Reese, and with me is Jessie, the dancing queen Harley.
Right in front of my washing machine. How about that?
Yes.
Do you like that little dance?
What a lovely washing machine. How would you rate your washing machine out of 10? 1 being shit. And 10
I've never
being
owned a washing machine before, so as far as washing machines that I've owned, I give it a 10.
Nice.
His name is Luther.
He's stroking his white goods. He's like, those old game shows in the 70s where they'd bring a scantily clad woman out to stroke the barbecue that you could win if you answer the question right.
That's me.
Jesse's new job.
To do that.
Yeah, glamorous assistant.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the fire proclamation travel ban. Did you? So I was
very
50-50 on whether you'd heard of. What do you know about it so far, Jesse?
There's apparently chances of forest fires are very high, and there's the premier put in a travel ban to anywhere in the woods, including hiking, canoeing, etc., etc. You can camp as long as it's in designated campgrounds, because he didn't want to piss off designated campground owners, I'm guessing, because business first. Obviously, above all else, but you're not allowed going for a walk.
Because
without getting fined, and they're sending out the cops to go and look for people who are hiking, which is kind of ironic because wouldn't they then be hiking? And you can get fined an insane amount of money if you're caught out in the woods. So,
yeah, but
that's what I've heard.
It means so the proclamation is that. The minister has deemed it necessary for the protection of woods to designate by proclamation a restricted travel zone in any area of the woods upon which no person shall enter for the purpose of traveling, camping, fishing, or picnicking, or any other purpose without a valid travel permit issued by the minister, a conservation officer, or other authorized by the minister during the period specified in the proclamation. This is supposed to last until October the 15th as well. So basically, Nova Scotia is 75% forest, and so what they're saying is right now 75% of the province is off limits, and you can get a $25,000 fine, and they've actually
$25,000.
They've issued 7 fines so far to people who ignored the proclamation,
and they're going around to every single park and putting masks on each of the trees. It's hard to do, but that's.
They are. Yeah, that's what they're doing. And they make it. They're washing the trees' hands. Is that where you were going with this?
I thought it was funny.
The crazy thing is though is that it just came from nowhere because they didn't.
That's why I don't tell
a
jokes, because I
thing.
just get people staring at me in silence. This is thanks, Reese.
Is he trying to be funny or does he have a real problem? Anyway, so $288,000 worth of burn ban fines have been issued in this year so far. And
Good way to make
but
money.
it's crazy though. So there was a this is a CBC article, but it was talking about how many people everyone's wells are dry. So the water, it is so dry here that a lot of people basically their wells are drying up. So there was this guy from the Muscadabo Valley who's basically driving around for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, like refilling people's wells so they have drinking water and everything.
Wow. Yeah, my parents live out in Chester, and their well dries all the fucking time, constantly.
Well,
so,
but they're on an island in the ocean.
That's true, but still, it's just
crazy.
nothing. Yeah, you're very
just
dark.
Drink the salt water.
There's no light
in
your
face.
It wasn't a compliment.
Thank you very much. There we go. I've got a very weak ring light. How was that?
It is incredibly weak, and now your face is
now I'm
blurred.
blurry.
Yeah.
Hang on. Where am I? Bring my hand back to me.
There you
go. That's better. But it's crazy. So what I think what they're saying is that you can you have to stay out of the woods. Also, if you own a property with woods, which I do, I'm very lucky to live in the forest. I'm not allowed to invite anyone over.
What? What do you mean?
So I can't go, Jesse, do you want to come and play in the woods, build a hammock, just hang out, play hide and seek with me?
I can't come to your house. I can't come to your place.
You can't come. You can't come and play hide and seek in the woods with me at my house.
Can you play hide and seek with your kids in the woods?
I can play hide and seek on my when my kids are on my own. Okay. I can look for myself in the woods, but you're not allowed to bring anybody over. So even if you have like 40 acres of woodland, you can just enjoy it on your own, but you can't invite anyone over to hike in there with you.
So
it's so reminiscent of COVID.
It's really so reminiscent of COVID. Well, and the funny thing is it worked for Nova Scotia during COVID. We were one of the few places on the planet that did not have COVID for years. We just didn't. Like for years, our numbers were in the double digits of how many people had COVID in the entire province at any given time. It was like 20 people. And it was so like, but you look around at the rest of the world, they were exploding. And for some reason, we just didn't. And there was lots of theories as to what was going on, but we shut the province down and just everybody just did what they were told, like everybody. And we were one of 4 or 5 places on the planet that just didn't have COVID. So here's my thought already is this was strategy it wasn't to curb COVID. The fact that it did was amazing. The whole idea was to curb hospital visits because we just didn't have, nobody in the world had hospital infrastructure ready to take on everybody who has COVID, right? And so it was the whole idea of mask up, stay at home, 6 feet apart, et cetera, was to curb unnecessary hospital visits so that hospitals could remain open for their regular emergencies. And it worked for the most part. And it was put in place because, hey, pandemics don't happen every fucking year, maybe once a century, twice if we're unlucky. Here's the problem. This reaction that our premier is having to wildfires is due to, I'm assuming, global warming. And that's not going to go away next summer or the summer after that or the summer after that. So is this his plan every fucking summer?
Well, also as well, if it wasn't for COVID, would he be doing this as well? Because like this kind of like government policy of just like, hey, let's shut everything down. If it wasn't for COVID, would they even take this step? Like, would they feel like, because it's such a dramatic step to go, hey.
Well, what do you think he's going to do next summer though? For real?
I don't know. I'm not sure,
Right?
but I think that like here's my thing is that 99%.
Do you think this is just going to get better with well wishing? Like everybody hold hands and hope real hard.
What I would have done is 99% of the population of people using the trails and the forests pick up their litter, don't set random fires, all this kind of. They follow the rules. Then 1%, the 1% of people who, they're wrong-uns. They they set fire to things. Though that 1%,
that 1% is not going to follow the rules anyway.
No,
the people
they're the ones who are going to go in the woods anyway, even though you've banned it.
So the pyromaniacs are the ones, exactly. They're not going to listen to your rules. They're going to go set fires if they want to. But I don't think that's where, like a lot of forest fires happen. I think forest fires are accidental. Someone setting fucking man. I must have told you about when we set fire to the woods. Did I tell you that story?
No.
I must have. There's no way in hell in 5 years of doing this podcast I did not tell that story.
Oh no! I remember you did. Yeah, I remember you telling that story. Yeah,
I'll give the brief recap for this. But like, we had a camp. We were at my friend's parents' cabin, and they had, big barn, and they were right next to the lake, and they had a fire pit that was built into like kind of a cliffside, whatever. And we, made a fire, made some hot dogs. We put out the fire, and then we went out in a canoe, and it was a lovely day. And then we saw pillars of black smoke behind us. We're like, what the fuck? We came back, and the whole place was on fire. We spent 2 hours putting the thing out. And it was as simple as, like, I'm not, none of us were pyromaniacs. None of us were like incompetent to the point of like all of us smoking cigars and just not bothering stomping them out, just dropping them on dry leaves. None of us were dumb like that. We had, like, the fire was put out, but it just wasn't put out well enough. And that was it. And if we weren't there to like manage that fire, it would have fucking spread like, well,
but that's, but that's the thing. I think that what you should do before you ban everyone from the woods, you should have a week where the 99% of people have the phone number, and just turn that night, say to that 99% of people going, right, you like using the woods responsibly. You are now the eyes and ears of this. This is very high risk. For a week, before we have to lock everybody down, if you see anyone like misbehaving, doing any of this stuff, endangering,
you're still
we're relying on you to call. So
it's not
think
misbehaving. Like if you go out into the woods with your kids, right, and you want to have a campfire, and you build a campfire, and you're like, okay, kids, we're gonna go home, and then you get some water and you stomp it out and you put out the campfire, and you're like, that campfire is no longer on fire. Great, let's go. Is it done? Do you know? You don't know. You don't know. No. That's the point. It's not because you're being misbehaving or being a shitty person.
I think that comes from the fact that apparently somebody was throwing hot coals and embers from their fire around recently. That's the person I've got in mind in my head. And it did start a fire, and luckily they put it out. I think like it's kind of crazy. I don't think they do it if it was for COVID, but it's terrifying though, because it is so dry that here's where I think.
I mean, you lived through it. You lived through a forest fire near your house. Right?
Yeah, and that was like earlier in the season. It wasn't as dry as it is now.
For someone whose family lives out in dry forest fire season or areas that could easily be caught on fire, what are your thoughts on this?
I think that as much as I don't like the ban, and I think most people don't, what would be worse is if there was a fire and they couldn't get hikers out or people using the trails out because the fire was traveling so fast. Then these kind of precautions, they go, well, why didn't you stop? Why didn't you do something? This is the government doing something before something crazy happens, where like firefighters have to go into the forest to rescue hikers, those kind of things, because then you got people risking their lives to save other people. So I think like, is it preventative? And it is pretty extreme because of the wells and all the, so many people have dry wells. Mine isn't. I don't know why. Mine's fine. But
brag some more. Why don't you?
Got tons of water. It's great. Except you can't. My well my well refills from below. I think it's to the water bubbles up, so it's kind of that's maybe why. I don't know. I don't understand well technology, but I would say,
All right.
I would say I'm kind of like torn because I think it is super dangerous, but at the same time, if the worst happened, it would be way worse this time than it was 2 years ago when we were all evacuated because it is much drier. There's no real rain predicted for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you can keep this up every year. I don't.
We can't just ban everyone from the woods. Like,
no, you can't. So this
all
is
the time.
What we need to do is to go back 30 years and solve global warming. That's what we need to do. So,
Or my solution is not popular. Clear cut the entire province.
Oh, that's smart, Reese. Yeah. Then we'll be industry leader in, we won't be able to use that woods. We can't use the woods. We can't go into the woods anyway. So we might as well just chop it down.
And then all our spare wood that we've got, build affordable housing. You solve two problems.
This is why we have this show, folks.
Yeah,
come up with problems.
Clear cut.
Come up with solutions that are problems in and of themselves. Yeah.
Clear cut an entire province. Build affordable housing with the wood. Then you can go out. It'll be great. I don't know what you're going to plant there instead of trees. I don't just put a big patio down or something.
A big patio, yeah.
Or fake grass. Have you seen that fake grass?
We'll build a giant patio where the woods used to be, using the wood from the woods.
No dogs are allowed.
one never-ending patio. Oh my god, that would be kind of fucking amazing and horrifying. And
it's like a video game.
Just a never-ending patio that every mile or so there's a Tim Hortons just smack dab in the middle of it. Yeah.
But I honestly, I'm of the mindset that I'm of the mindset that it's super dangerous right now, and this maybe makes us slightly less dangerous. But the wildfire that started near where I live was started because someone was burning garbage in their backyard.
There's idiots all over the place.
There's nothing to do with hiking, nothing to do with the woods, nothing like that at all.
Right.
They were just like, I'm going to just burn some shit, even though there's a no burn ban. So yeah, I think, and also the $25,000 fine is way more. You can commit a horrible crime and you get fined lower amount than the $25,000. It's a very extreme amount that they fine.
What was the fine for having parties during COVID? When we were in lockdown, there was a fine for it.
I don't know.
Was it less than that? Was it less than 25,000? I think it might have.
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not entirely sure. But I think like speeding, extreme amounts, all these kind of things, they're way less than just going for a hike now. Just literally going for a hike in the woods will give you more of a speed ticket than if you were caught going a ridiculous amount in maybe a Mustang. I wouldn't know.
I guess we just don't have the resources to fight a province-wide forest fire. So,
for the whole of the province to be on fire. I don't know.
It's an exaggerative reaction to an extreme situation that unfortunately is not a one-off, and they're going to have to come up with a better solution than this if they plan on doing this every single year. You know what I mean?
I've already given you one.
The phone number?
No. Clear cut, build affordable housing.
Clear cut and build a giant patio. Yeah, no, I'm with you on this. I like this. The Tim Hortons for miles patio, nonstop stretching patio. Yeah. Do you want to go to Tim Hortons or Tim Hortons?
Tim Hortons doesn't have a patio. Is there a Tim Hortons with a patio?
Well, there will be, is what I'm saying.
Because actually, do you know what?
We just have to build it.
Think about it. McDonald's has outdoor seating. A&W has outdoor seating.
Do you remember our concept for? You remember our concept for the bridge that would stretch from Halifax all the way to Turks and Caicos?
Yes.
Right, and in the middle of the bridge, in the middle of the bridge, along the way, would be several Tim Hortons that you could stop at.
Yes.
And enjoy a nice double and some Timbits on your drive to Turks and Caicos. It's the same thing, but just instead of a bridge, it's a patio, just a nonstop stretching patio.
Patio
with lacquer on it, with anti-inflammatory lacquer on it, so it could not catch fire. There you go. It's still the woods. It's just in different form. It's just in a patio.
There was somebody showed me a clip from the news, and it was like a reporter stood going, "Yes, I'm next to a trail that has been closed, blah blah blah." And as they're talking about no one's allowed to be there and it's deserted, a jogger comes past.
So it sees the camera crew, goes whoops, turns around, runs back in the woods.
On live TV, breaking the law. Anyway,
just swinging his middle fingers as he runs. Yeah,
let's do a small talk dimension.
Hey Jill, why are you so sad?
Jimmy, it's my clothes. A genetically modified raccoon has moved into my closet and claimed dominion over everything. I had to borrow this outfit from a poorly dressed friend.
Jill, take a deep breath and look at my clothes. I'm adorned in cool podcast merch, from the coolest podcast Canada has ever birthed.
Is that Stephen Harper?
Yes, it is.
Laying eggs on the dark side of the moon.
His spawn shall ravage the earth?
How prophetic.
I know. Get your ass to tpublic.com/user/Canada is boring, and you too can be the coolest mofo in the room.
That's tpublic.com/user/Canada is boring.
I am Jill, bringer of death.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring. Canada's coolest club. Premium fun, privileged access to secret content, a chat app with the hosts, hours of fun for everyone, the promise of eternal life.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring.
You are now entering the STD zone. Incoming STD. Loading small talk. Enhancing anecdotes. Dick jokes processing. You have reached the small talk dimension zone.
What have you been up to?
Nothing.
Nothing.
My life's it's not exciting right now.
Are you doing any work, or are you just chilling?
I'm working. I've got some work going on. I'm trying to figure out more things to do, more ways to be social. There's a comedy night at a local cafe near where I live, and I'm gonna go check that out. And yeah, gotta wake up earlier. My life is not that exciting right now. Honestly, how about you? What's going on in your life?
I'm living a new enhanced schedule because it's the summer. So I get to my desk at work.
An enhanced schedule.
An enhanced schedule. So it's a summer enhanced schedule. So I don't want to miss out on these like nice evenings and stuff with the family. So my wife is a teacher. She's not in work. My kids are all off school. So I'm the only person in work. So what I do is I get up like 5:30 and I get to my desk for 6:30.
You're insane.
And then I work
insane.
And then I work till about 3:30, and then I have like afternoon, like a big chunk of the evening to do stuff. So we can't go for a hike, obviously, because we'll be fined. And there's 5 of us, so there'll be $125,000. And what we're doing now is when I came back from my trip to Europe, my pool is full of algae. Or algae, as people call it here.
That's how everyone pronounces it, I believe.
I say algae. So,
we don't.
But I've managed to clear all of the algae out of the pool, and it's clean. So we were all in there last night. It was great. So
yay!
The pool is open, so I've just been enjoying being in the pool, which is good. And the water isn't that cold.
Here you are once again bragging about your excess water. Just to a province who is
I don't know what they're worried about.
Can't drink, has no water to drink.
I had to work out how many liters are in my pool as well, because for adding chemicals, and it's 51,000 liters in the pool.
There you go.
Just to brag even more. So if anyone, I can spare a liter if anybody needs one. If anyone needs a liter of chlorinated pool water that I've sweated
You're gonna get shot. Okay, it's gonna be in the news. Podcast producer shot.
Sells dirty pool
Sells
water.
dirty pool water. And
I like one of those.
buy it.
I like one of those influencers selling bath water, but it's Reese's pool water. Do you want some pool water?
Oh my god!
No, but I was also. I wanted to tell you a story from my vacation. So
sure,
it was full board. So you had like all your meals covered, and in the evening, bear in mind nobody spoke.
What was
English.
this? Where were you?
We were in Bavaria. Nobody spoke English.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody spoke German, and very few people spoke like English at all, which I loved, because if you go somewhere where everyone speaks English, it's kind of like, I can be lazy because I just assume everybody speaks English. And at the mealtime, one of the staff members would dress up as a clown and come around all the tables. But the clown face wasn't.
I don't like that at all.
The clown head they wore this big like clown head they put over their real head, and it wasn't a scary face, but it was about 30 years old, so it was aged, which made it creepy. And they had a big like ceramic bowl and a long wooden sharp stick, and it would just be full of like sliced cucumber or grapes or a strawberry, and they'd come over and they'd like pick very slowly, methodically, point the stick at a kid to take it off the end and eat it. And they just move around silently doing this.
Do you remember when clowns used to be funny? And like this guy's just embodying the creepiness factor that we've all kind of associated with clowns ever since Stephen King, decided to fucking. I guess it was long before Stephen King.
I feel like even my 13-year-old was afraid to not accept the fruit.
Like,
I think if they'd offered it to me, I would have taken it just politely.
And then punched him in his fat fucking dick. I made an assumption there.
That's what clowns love. Everybody knows it. I think
fat dick punches.
I think horror films have ruined clowns for birthday parties and stuff. Is why you don't see Ronald McDonald anymore. Remember, he used to be the face of McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
all through our childhoods, and now he's just. I don't know. Grimace seems to be the main attraction for McDonald's. They don't have mascots anymore.
I want to go use AI to create like a vlog of Ronald McDonald living under a bridge somewhere. Like, maybe we'll see.
Oh god! But anyway, so that was fun. That was fun.
I don't think that was fun. That was not fun at all. It's awful what's happening. This is. I feel like this is what happens when government does not consult experts. They just make shit up on their own.
Hand fruit out.
Yep, that's exactly the example I was referring to.
I didn't connect the dots between the fruit clown and the wildfire forest ban, but thank you. Everything's connected.
So we'll see what happens. If they don't fix global warming in the next year, we'll be doing this again in 12 months. So
not if you enact my dramatic plan,
which is
deforestation on a mass scale, followed by fake
a nonstop patio with intermittent Tim Hortons.
The world's Nova Scotia.
I think it's our plan.
Patio.
We came up with it together. Yeah,
we did.
Let's be proud.
Yeah. Imagine, the tourist.
The energy of this show of this episode is really low. You've got a headache, and I just woke up. We're both just like, I feel like this episode feels like as if you and I had a sleepover, and it's like it's dark in the room, but we're just talking at either ends of the room in our separate beds. Like
high quality podcasting for the audience. That's great. All right, we should probably go then. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Oh wait. Do we have any emails or speak pipes or anything? Did you check?
That's a good question.
I got booted out of our email and I haven't bothered asking for the login again. So
well, I don't know if you're trying to get in and I might have kicked out when you're attempting.
You did.
It was flagged as fraudulent, so it's not my fault. Who sent us a message? Hello, I'm reaching out on behalf of Dunroban Distilleries. Someone's trying to get us to drink some of their whiskey.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it says, proudly independent Canadian distillery crafting premium spirits that are meant to complement life's memorable moments. We'd love to know if you'd be interested in featuring a segment on Canadian liqueurs and distilleries. we'd be happy to provide more details, samples, or anything else.
Samples? Like full fucking bottles is what you mean, motherfucker.
I already said no, I don't drink anymore.
I do. What do you... You emailed them back, motherfucker?
No, I haven't. I'm joking.
Yeah, fuck, we'll sponsor you. Or you can sponsor us. That's how that works.
Or you'll pay.
But like, if you're not going to pay us in money, I expect a lot of whiskey. And I am a whiskey man. I like whiskey, and I will be harshly judging your stuff. So it better be good if you're willing to have us talk about it, because I'm no holds barred here. I'm not holding back. I'm not being like, well, they gave us it, so I better say it's pretty good. No, if it sucks, and you're gonna know. So let's talk.
Great.
Any other emails? Is that it?
That's kind of it, really, to be honest.
Yeah. We've got like a slew of other emails, but Reese doesn't want to touch them.
Just ruined an opportunity to get some free whiskey. That's fine. Anyway, all right, we'll see you next week.
If you'd like to send us an email, write to us at is it still CanadianPoliticsIsBoring@gmail.com?
I've worked out what I need to do. I just haven't done it yet.
So okay, so write us at
Canadian@gmail.com.
Or send us a SpeakPipe, which is like an anonymous voicemail. You can leave your email or name or not at all, and you can do it in 3 seconds. Speakpipe.com/Canada is boring. No, Canadian politics is boring. I don't fucking know anymore. It's one of the two. You'll figure it out.
CanadianPoliticsIsBoring@gmail.com. Right. See you next week.
Okay, bye, everybody. Don't go in the woods.